I'm Don Brown, the author-illustrator of more than 24 nonfiction books, mostly about history. Because I love history, because I think stories about real people and real things are just as good, and sometimes even better than made-up stories. My book, The Great American Dust Bowl, was inspired by a drive I took cross-country several years ago. I was driving at dawn, and the sun came up over the most astonishing landscape. It was the high southern plains. I later learned it's the flattest place on the planet. And I also learned that I had just driven through the heart of the old 1930s Dust Bowl. In the 1930s, poor farming practices and a drought combined to make something of a desert in the western part of the United States, and it made news all over the world. When I got back home, I did a little research about the Dust Bowl. I read the book, The Worst Hard Time by Timothy Egan, and it inspired me to do my own book. So I tracked down other books about it. I tracked down newspaper articles. I even discovered that the University of Oklahoma has a very large archive of oral histories of people who survived the Dust Bowl. And it's fascinating stories that it's available to anyone. If you have an internet connection, you could go hear these stories. After I did all the research, I wrote the story, because that's how all my books are created. I write the text first. Afterwards, after the text is written, I will do the illustrations. Now, this book is a graphic novel style book, so I could tell a story sequentially too. I could use the images to tell a story in ways that words were not sufficient. Okay. Since the book was created in a graphic novel style, it meant there was a lot of artwork, a lot. And I needed breaks, because I needed to take some time off after doing all that art. And I would go to my backyard and I would dig holes, because that's my version of gardening. But then I would go back and I'd finish doing my artwork. And I guess the lesson there for those of you who want to draw or write is that you have to sit down and do it. The more you write, the more you draw will make you the better author and the better illustrator. It took me quite a number of months to finish the book, and I think I did a good job, and I hope all of you enjoy reading it.